Okay. Okay.
Oh my God. This brings back memories, bro. Memories.
You know, I think about all the times you helped me move and you carried this particular box. I feel bad now. Okay. If you come to my house and you steal anything, steal this.
Yep. Steal
The most
those.
valuable thing in my whole house. That stack of journals. Put that back on there. Woo! So just in case anybody's wondering where this training is coming from, it's in here. Somebody said, can I buy these books? You don't have enough money to buy these books.
Oh, yeah, you gotta.
I only know one person who might have enough money to buy these books, but he basically wrote them, so you don't need to buy them. I mean, look, some of these are tabbed. I'm gonna go to this one. Which one is this one? Let's take these off the top here. Let's see what's in this one here. Okay. What's in there? What's in this one? Let's see. Let's see. Whew. Man, we've been learning from HB for a long time.
Dude, seriously.
This particular journal started this one in December 2005. Right. These aren't fake, man. This is the real deal Holyfield.
Got it all tabbed up.
Tabbed. Like, man, tell you, there's some good stuff in here.
And you know what?
Ooh,
we're going to be giving you some of this stuff today.
Look, hey, you ready for this? Ready for this? I just opened this one page. This is February 4, 2006, I guess. Business presentation with HB. We would go to the business presentations and take notes. Take notes. What did he say? He said, I'm not here to sell you some products. Some of you are going to get started. Some of you are going to buy some products. That's a given. But I'm here to teach you how to get wealthy. And he said, if your way worked, I'd be sitting in a chair listening to you.
You're gold.
Classic HB, Dr. Latrice says. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Oh my God. This is, look. Okay. So this was a Super Saturday. So after the business presentation, he did a training. Okay. And so here he says, first, determine what it is that you're actually in, a business, right? Treat it like a hobby and you will make very little money. He said, the only way to make $0 is to quit. Hang around winners, follow the path of the people who are getting results. Define and redefine your reasons for building the business.
Yeah.
Strong.
Vita Woodwooten says his messages are so consistent, and it's just repetition. It's repetition. It's repetition. There is nothing new in network marketing. Nothing new.
Nothing new. This one right here. This is blurry. Let's blur it out. This is like 3-4 flight schools right here. Y'all gonna get this. Y'all gonna get it. If you're gonna get it from Holton, you're gonna get it from us. You're gonna get it from us. Yep, absolutely. Woo. Oh wow! I just came to a page on my journals. 5. This is why you need to buy your Vision 23 ticket right now. 5 things to avoid saying when presenting or prospecting. 5 things to avoid saying. Does anybody want to know what the 5 things are? It's not even part of today's training. Does anybody want to know what those 5 things are? I'll just go to another page. Never mind. That's good. Oh, well, no, they said they want to know. Okay. Number 1. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Don't say that. Number 2, you can become a millionaire very quickly. Number 3, everyone wants this product. It sells itself. Number 4, ours is the best deal, company, pay plan management in the history of the world. And number 5, you don't have to do much. See, Holton taught us to see the reason. I think the reason our businesses were so explosive, Mark, is because we didn't say any of this stuff. We brought people in to do business. They came in ready to do business, like adults with their eyes open. This was good. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was just flipping through to see how many pages I would have to go before I found a zone training. But I mean, there's just so much incredible stuff in here. It's just absolutely an amazing. Oh, you know what? You know what I'm flipping through pages of? Game plans. Yeah. Game plans that I did with people, right?
Yes.
That because Holton taught us to sit down and do game plans with people.
We documented our game plans.
Right.
Dude.
That's what leaders do. Leaders do game plans. And he taught us that when you're doing a game plan with somebody, you don't just have them take notes, you're taking notes too. Here we go. Here we go. Zone training. End of the month. End of the month. Wow. Crazy, crazy. These are it's an end of the month instruction call where he did a call with us to show us how to light up the end of the month. And this was on January 30, 2006. January 30, 2006. Wow. Crazy, 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 crazy. I'm telling you this right now, folks. You're in the right place at the right time with the right CEO. The right CEO. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sing our own song too, with the right management team. Right? Because Mark and I are special. We're not just career corporate guys who were successful in corporate America. We were. But we're also successful in network marketing because we had the best mentor ever. And unlike a lot of other people who had the same opportunity, we were smart enough to do what he taught us.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Without question. We never questioned. Yeah. And if you did question him, he cut you off. Yeah.
Oh, that hurt. That would hurt so bad. I've been cut off a couple of times. It's hard-headed. I mean, if you guys remember show, shadow, duplicate. You diamonds, remember show, shadow, duplicate from the leadership training? Anybody remember show, shadow, duplicate from Accelerate, Conquer? I got show, shadow, duplicate right here on January 23, 2006. So how many of you want to learn what Holton taught us about how to maximize the zones? Because that's one of the reasons that we were incredibly successful. He taught us to build the business in zones, and we actually did what he said. How many of you want to know how to do that? How many of you want to know how to do that? Oh, by the way, I'm hoping y'all can see this part. Okay. I realize I got to hold the book back. Okay. You see this part right here?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Can I get it closer without incriminating anybody? Yeah, I think I can. Let's see. Can I? Will it focus on it? No. Is it the background or the blur feature? Let me take some stuff off. I got to show people this because we keep telling everybody get your folks on flight school, right? And We got to help them get it done. All right, so let's turn off the thing. Let me turn this off for a second. And then all this freaking technology all over the place here. Okay, let me see, make sure this doesn't have a blur on it. Yeah, it does. It does. See, that's why. Turn the blur off, detail, blur strength 0. Okay, here we go. All right, now maybe you can see it. It's this one. Y'all see what that is?
Yeah, we can see
What's
it.
that? Can y'all see that?
It's names.
What is that?
It's names.
What is that? What is that? Names, list of names, right? You know what that is, the list of names of? You know what that's a list of names of? These are notes from New Year's Eve goal setting session with Holton Bugs on December 31, 2005. We got a bunch of people together to hear it. And I had 69 people from my team at that. And Holton also did a conference call line so that people could hear if they couldn't be there. I had another 18 on the conference call line. So as a leader, I didn't make sure that I was there by myself. I had my team there as well. We talked about this yesterday, right, Mark? We talked about this on Instagram Live. We talked about the social media thing that went around where there was some type of calamity and guy ran away. He had a little kid with him. He ran, he saved himself, and they were killing him because he didn't take the kid with him. The same way we're killing some of you because you didn't bring your team with you, right? Don't be that person. So, man, so much good stuff in this journals. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to remember to do that every week. Just pull some journals out, some random stuff.
Yep, absolutely,
folks. And now and watch when Mark pulls his out too. You're gonna get some more stuff from there too. But bottom line, folks, is we're gonna now teach you how to work the zones. In case anybody is wondering if we made this up, I'm gonna let you know I have no original material.
Zero.
I got nothing of my own. It's all from the journals. Okay. So when you get a training like this from Mark and from T. Gray, you are getting a training from Holton Bugs.
Yes.
Okay, you ready? We're gonna teach you how to work the zones. Let's go.
All right. What zone are we in now?
We are in the goal zone.
Yes. Yeah. So it's the 21st through the 30th of the month. And it's all about massive volume. All right.
Massive volume.
So, yeah. So time to focus on the IPAs. I have no idea what this means.
Yes, you do.
I was thinking of beer.
Yeah, I know, right? Every time I see it, it makes me think of beer. But it's in your journal about 1,000 times. IPAs, income producing activities.
Yes.
Right? What are the things that are going to make you money? We got 7 days left in the month. It's time to get serious. It's time to get focused. And by the way, if you've been doing this right, all month long, all roads lead to the goal zone. Okay. So I know for a lot of you, the zone concept is new. That's okay. But now you know. So right now we're going to focus on the goal zone. But in 8 days, it's going to be the white zone again, right? It's going to be massive exposure. And what you're going to want to do is the first 20 days of the month, make sure you set up your goal zone. If you do a lot of, or if you do the right things during the first 20 days of the month, the goal zone is like a popcorn machine. Okay. So we're going to help guide you through the zones and make sure you always know what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Okay. So what do we do? How do we create massive volume during the goal zone? And by the way, if you do the goal zone right, and you do all the right massive volume activities that we're going to teach you, you can literally do 3 to 4 times the volume in the last 10 days of the month that you did in the first 20 days of the month. This is why the end of the month is always such a big deal for us. We close the month strong, okay? So what are goal zone activities that create massive volume? The first is massive follow-up, right? It's been said over and over again, exhaustively, that the fortune is in the follow-up. Why do people always say that? Because it is true. The fortune is in the follow-up. So many people miss opportunities simply because they don't follow up to closure, okay? We're going to talk about what that looks like in a second. And then you're going to have the people that need an additional exposure, right? One of the habits that I want you guys to get into is called BAM fail. BAM fail, which stands for book a meeting from a meeting. We never let it fall flat. If you don't get in, if you don't buy, we make another meeting, right? Now, another meeting isn't necessarily a physical meeting. It's another exposure. Oh, you saw the I decide and you still have questions and you're not sure. No problem. Let me send you a link from BÜM TV. Okay, so you saw that and it got a little clearer and you still, okay, no problem. Let me set up a 3-way call with my expert. You see what I'm getting at, folks? So that's how you book a meeting from a meeting and keep people moving until they make a decision, which is on the next slide. We want to talk about what a decision actually is. Okay. So now during the goal zone, what you want to do, what each of you wants to do right now, I want to challenge you, everybody who's on, grab a piece of paper and write down the names of 3 to 5 people that saw a presentation, whether it was an I decide, they got on one of the live opportunity Zooms, you presented the business to them, they came to a meeting at your home, because just right, you're doing good parties. They watched one of the links from BÜM TV. Who has seen a presentation? They watched the Elevate Hype video. Who has seen an exposure, but they did not make a decision yet? 3 to 5 names right now. Write it down. 3 to 5 names right now. Dr. Latrice got 5 on her list. 5 that have seen something, but they did not make a decision yet. Come on, who else? Let me know. Pop it in the chat when you got 5. 3 to 5 written down. 3, 4, 5. Leona, done. Good. Albert, done. Excellent. See, this is the mode. This is participation training. Okay? That's what Holton would do to us. That's why I'm showing you my journals. Okay? All right, Kelly, Diamond Kelly's got 5. Jean Felix, he's got them. Dan Henson, 5. Ricardo, 5. Sam Manning, Javier, Jenny, Larita, Fortune, Rayhan, Stacy, Osi, Ardell. I don't even know how many names that is, but 5 times, how many? Somebody has 8. Mary Renfro, 8. Right? Pat Pamphlet, Zay, 3. Mark, that's a lot of people. I think we're up to at least 100, 150 people that have seen a presentation of some sort, some type of exposure, that have not made a decision. Leaders, this is what you need to be doing with your team, right? We have right now 150 closing in on 200 people that have had a look at Ibüümerang or some aspect of Ibüümerang, but they have not made a decision yet. And here's the key thing, folks. You want to understand when it's over. It's not over when a person sees a presentation. That's not the end. That is not the end. It's not over. It's not done. It's not complete until one of 3 things happens. The person becomes an ambassador. They join the team. Or they become a customer. They use the product. Or they give you a referral. Not for me. Neither one of those is for me, but you should call my cousin Joe.
Mhm.
Right? In as a customer, in as an ambassador, or they give you a referral. Or I like to say number 4, they tell you to leave them the hell alone. Ambassador, customer, referral, and leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's you got to have that mentality, folks. That's the mentality. Yeah, I've trained it that way too, Dr. Latrice. Latrice said they died. They become an ambassador, a customer, to give you a referral, or they die, right? But either way, that's that's what we want to do. So you've got these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people that have seen a presentation this month that didn't make a decision. Well, you know what? It's decision time. Now we're going to follow up. We're going to get a decision. If they still can't make a decision, what are you going to do? Bam, fam. Write it down. Bam, fam. Bam, fam them to what? What can you bam, fam them to? Let's make sure everybody's learning this. If they didn't make a decision and they still can't make a decision, we're going to bam, fam them to what?
Another presentation.
I decide 3-way. There you go. Thanks. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Latrice. Thank you, Brother Mark. Another presentation. BÜM TV. How come nobody put BÜM TV on there? Right? BÜM TV, a BÜM article. Very good, Mario. A BÜM article. Right? They could read about somebody's story. Right? An opportunity call. Good. Video, testimony, elevate testimonials. All right. So these are ways that you can bam fam a person to an exposure. If you're part of a team that's doing team training calls, you bam fam them into the community. That counts as a 3-way call. All right. But remember, it's not, you have to finish it. Everybody put in there, finish it. Put it in the chat, finish it. Thank you, Bonnie, for doing it in all caps, because that's the way I saw it in my mind. All caps, right? Finish it. As a matter of fact, I saw it like, anybody ever play the video game Mortal Kombat? Anybody ever play the video game Mortal Kombat? And then you'd be playing Mortal Kombat and you're fighting your opponent, right? And your opponent gets to a point where they're so weak, they're on the screen, they're reeling. And what does the game say? What does the game tell you? The game says it really loud and really strong. Finish him, right? Finish. It's not over until you have in that game a fatality, right? If you don't finish them, that person that regains their strength and they continue to fight you. Well, same thing here. You got to finish it. If you're going to start an exposure, you got to finish it. Like, why did you do it? For fun? Right? You want to make sure that you get something for your time. Either a new business partner who's going to help you grow the team, a new customer, right, which is going to give you some retail commission revenue, or a referral, which is another chance to talk to somebody else who might be more interested, or this might be better suited for. Okay, so you want to make sure the goal zone is the time to go back and to finish what you started in the first 20 days of the month. Okay, what else do we have? You got anything on that, Mark?
No, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You want to tackle this?
Yes. Yeah. So you want to go down through and look to find everybody who is at standby, coach, and business. So the value of the higher packs are more access to products and services, higher earning potential for the same effort, and they get the new ambassador orientation and the power of the plan. So you want to walk people through what it is that they will receive by getting to the higher levels.
Exactly. So on the 21st of every month, you want to start asking this question: who needs to upgrade. One of the places where you're going to find massive volume are the people who got an exposure and joined your business during the first 20 days of the month, but they did not do first class. They saw it, but they saw it at standby. They saw it at coach. They saw it at business class. And that's why during the first 20 days of the month, let people join where they want to join. Because you know that in the last 10 days of the month, you are going to do a new ambassador orientation. You are going to do a power of the plan training. Your upline, Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, or Diamond might do one that you can plug your people into, but if it's not happening, whose responsibility is it? Well, whose business is it? Right? It's yours. So you want to host this, right? Don't wait till the last day. Now, in the new ambassador orientation training, you're going to show the value of the higher plan, of the higher packs. Here's the thing. What is the number one activity of a brand new person? They have no team. That's a clue. They don't have a team yet. So what is their number one activity? Number one activity. Recruiting, right? Enrolling, building a team. That's what they're trying to do, build a team. What is this business about if you're an ambassador? Put this in your, everybody put this in your chat. I am building a virtual sales force. I am building a virtual sales force. So many of you guys don't even know what you're doing. This is what you're doing. You're building a virtual sales force. What does your company sell? I'll give you a clue. Your company sells three things. What does your company sell? Your company sells three things. What does your company sell? Tanya, kind of, that's broad, but your company sells three things. Your company sells three things. I don't see it from anybody yet. Company sells three things. I'm looking at the answers though, Mark. They're all over the place. Okay, so let's provide some clarity. That's okay. You ready? We're gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. You guys ready? All right, y'all kept typing, so y'all separated my three things, okay? But they are opportunity, discount travel memberships, and Forex, crypto, NFT, metaverse trading education. Those are the three things that we sell. Opportunity, travel, trading education, right? And you're building a sales force that will sell those things. Because let me ask you a question. Can you make all the sales yourself? I already gave the answer. Stop putting new answers in there. Somebody put my three answers in there combined and then put it in Facebook too. Okay. Opportunity, discount travel, trading education. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Fortune Boutique. You got it. Okay. So that's because you got to be super clear. You can't be successful if you're not clear on what you're in. That's why Holton said, what are we in? A business, right? Okay. What is your business? I'm building a virtual sales force, right? Some of you have already done great. You have a virtual multinational sales force. How many of you, your team is in more than one country? How many of you, your company is in more than one country already? Ooh, that's nice, right? How many of you, your company is in more than one, if you're in the United States, how many of you, your company touches more than one state? It's a multi-regional corporation, right? Okay. Now, your virtual sales force that you're building, okay? Because you can't make all the sales yourself. Who can make more sales, you or a team? Promise you, not a trick question. A team. So Bonnie, that's why you're building a team. You're not recruiting people just to recruit people. You're not recruiting people just so you can make $90. You're recruiting people so that you can build a massive team, because a massive team can get a ton of customers. The bigger your sales force, the bigger the sales, right? Look at you guys. Some of you had 3 people, 4 people, 5 people who had seen a presentation that hadn't made a decision yet. But when we added up everybody who at least commented in the chat, it was over 200. That's what it looks like when you have a team, right? Not just 3 or 4, but 200. Team is big enough, 2,000. Okay. So that's the whole idea of it. So if a new person's primary activity is to get their team started, if that's what you're gonna have them focused on, then let me ask you guys a question. If they hired you and they hired me and they gave us the same job, and the job was to put bricks on the wall, and so we're standing next to each other, we're side by side, putting bricks on the wall, and you and I are equally matched, and we're putting bricks on the wall at the same pace. And at the end of the day, we both ended up putting 10 bricks on the wall. We did the same amount of work. How would you feel if they paid you $10 per brick, but they paid me $15 per brick? How would you feel? Who would be upset? We did the same work, but I got paid more than you did. We did the same amount of work, but I got paid more than you did. How many of you would be just a little bit unhappy? Viola says she'd be feeling some kind of way, right? Leo would be jealous. Brenda would be upset. Leo would be frustrated. Well, if we're going to both be building our sales force, if you're a coach, you're going to get 10% in the dual team. If Mark's at business, he's going to get 12%. He's going to make more than you. And if I'm at first, I'm going to get 15%. I'm going to make more than both of you. So how many of you want to make the maximum amount for the work that you're going to do? What I just demonstrated to you is how you get all your team together on a call called New Ambassador Orientation. You talk about a few things that everybody needs to know, but you also show everybody why they need to be at first class if they're not. And if you do this call properly, you should have most of the people who are at standby coach or business upgrade to first. Now, is it good for them? Absolutely. They're going to get paid the maximum amount of money for the work that they do. But when they upgrade from standby to first, you're going to get 1,000 QV. When they upgrade from coach to first, you're going to get 750 QV. When they upgrade from business to first, you're going to get 500 QV. Or you might get 1,000 in each case, depending on what they do. But that is how you do it. We're not so we're out of the mode of just telling you go do stuff. We're now going to show you how to do it. So now we've told you during the goal zone, do an ambassador orientation to help your people upgrade that need to upgrade. And we showed you how to do it. We showed you what to say. You can use the same example. Anybody want to use the brick example? Use the brick example. Okay. I didn't make it up in the first place. I stole it from Holton.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's okay with you stealing it again.
Yeah.
Steal it some more.
So I want to bring something up here. Dr. Latrice says it happens to women all the time. So, and that is in the workforce. Women don't make as much as men. But network marketing, it's a level playing field. Women can make more than men.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. If you're on team Desi Lipova, Desi makes more than all the men on her team. For now, doesn't mean somebody can't pass her up, but see, the comp plan, the way it's programmed, it doesn't have anything in there that asks who you are. It doesn't care who you are. It just says, did you do the work? How much volume did you get? Was it an enrollment? Okay, we're going to pay in a dual team. Was it a subscription? Okay, we're going to pay it in the unilevel. It doesn't ask any more questions than that. It asks, did you get the volume? Did you do it? Did somebody on your team do it? Which side was it on? That's all it asks. It doesn't say, is this a woman? It doesn't say, is this person Black, Spanish, Chinese, Asian, of any type. It doesn't ask about your race. It doesn't. It doesn't ask about your gender. It doesn't ask about your height. It doesn't ask how much you weigh. It doesn't ask if we like you or not. Could you imagine if it did that, Mark? Before the comp plan calculated somebody's check, it says, do you like this person? Right? It doesn't even ask if you were rude to customer support, because trust me, if it did, there's some people who wouldn't get a check. Right? So like Mark said, it is equal opportunity. The only thing it cares about is, did you do the work? And are you at standby, coach, business, or first? Because it does ask that question. It says, if you're a standby, it says, we're not going to pay you. If it says, if you're a coach, we're only going to pay you 10%. If you're a business, we're going to pay you 12%. And if you're first, we're going to max you at 15%. And by the way, you know who gets paid 15%? Sapphires. If you don't get a first class pack, to get to 15%, you have to go Sapphire. But if you get a first class pack, you can get Sapphire pay before you meet Sapphire qualifications. Somebody wrote that down? That's part of your new ambassador orientation training. The opportunity to get Sapphire pay from day one versus having to qualify Sapphire in order to get to 15%. Boom. All right. So this is a goal zone conversation that you have with your folks. You're going to get volume. Like Holton said, these folks have already bought from you one time. They will buy again. Okay. Unless you got more, let's go to the next one.
No, sir. All right. It is time to depth charge. This is how I went diamond in CyberWise.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a person in, and then you have a list. So first of all, make your list. You go through that list and you get somebody in. Here's what you do. You call up the next person on the list and say, hey, I can put somebody underneath you. So that person will then say, okay, I want somebody underneath me. And then you do that again and again and again. So turn one new enrollment into multiple enrollments, right? So, but that person doesn't need to know that you've put people in above them. So leverage the power of positioning in the dual team. This is how I got to diamond.
Yep.
Looking for it?
Huh?
Are you looking for it in your journal?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could find that training, because this is a really good one. But I will tell you what, folks, this is how you can turn one new enrollment into multiple enrollments. This is really strong. So what this requires, here's what's required. Okay. First of all, do you guys understand the power of the dual team? The power of positioning in the dual team. Okay. In the dual team, when you have people underneath you, their volume contributes to your volume. Okay. Their volume contributes to your volume. You'll accumulate their volume. Remember, you need to have a certain amount of volume on each side in order to get paid. Well, the people that are underneath you are going to contribute to your volume on one side, which basically makes it easier for you to get paid in the dual team. You'll be in a position where you need to do less on the other side in order to get paid. Okay. So positioning is great, right? Because let me ask you a question. How many of you have seen the type of volume that Black Diamond, Avinash Nagama, and Blue Diamond, David Hunt are creating? It's insane, the amount of volume that they create, okay? If you had a chance to go back in time and to get the spot just above Avinash in the dual team, how many of you would sell a child to get that spot?
Oh, don't sell a child.
Sell a child, right? Right. So VW says, which child? Carolyn says, I'd sell all of them, right? You guys get what I'm going for here, right? Because you would have a ton of volume built up and flowing every week on that side of your dual team, right? The binary, right? That's what would happen. Could you imagine if you could go back in time to the day before Presidential Diamond, Darren Gibson enrolled, and get the spot just above him in the dual team? Could you imagine if you could go back in time all the way to 2019 to the 5 minutes before Presidential Diamond, Cesar Munoz enrolled, and get the spot just above him in the dual team? That's right, Dr. Trees, you'd have millions of volume on one side of your business, which means you'd be in a position where every time you do just a little bit on the other side of your business, you're going to get a check. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid, right? Somebody said, never sell a child. If you could have the spot above Cesar Munoz in the dual team, you could make enough money to buy another child.
You can make enough money to buy the child back.
To buy the kid back that you sold. There you go, right? You can buy that kid back. This is a loan. It's temporary.
This is so wrong.
I'm not advocating the selling of children. It was just designed to make you laugh and get your attention. Okay? Do not send CPS to my house. You do not sell kids. All right. But you guys understand that? Now that you understand, I've given you that visual. Now you understand how to create value for timing and positioning in the dual team. Okay? So here's what happens. Let's make a list. I need a list real quick. Okay. I'm totally a techie. Guess what I cannot find on my desk? A pen. Found one. Lord have mercy. Okay. Here we go. I need some names. So we're going to get some names here. We got Marlene. We have Dr. Latrice. We got Yvette. Let me get some from Facebook. We got Pat. We got Janice. Who else do we got? We have Mary. I got to do David Romero. And we have, okay. Oh, this got really good. We have Javier and Presidential Diamond, Darren Gibson. Okay. Watch this. This is how this goes. You ready? Marlene, Dr. Latrice, Yvette, Pat, Janice, Mary, David, and Javier have all seen presentations, and Darren have all seen presentations, but they have not made a decision. Remember, we challenged you to make that list in the beginning? Right? Some of you had 3, some of you had 5, some of you had 8 people who've seen a presentation, didn't make a decision. Okay. In this case, on my list, somewhere between the first 20 days of the month, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people who did not see a presentation. Okay. I'm doing my follow-ups and I call Presidential Diamond Darren Gibson. Okay. And I'm like, hey, Darren, how you doing, bro? He's like, I'm good, man. Hey, you know what? I'm just giving you a call because, you know, back on the 15th, you know, I gave you the opportunity to see what we're working on, my business partners and I. And in the time since we last spoke, you know, we're having a massive explosion. We're being extremely successful. And you didn't make a decision. I wanted to find out where you were. He goes, oh, yeah, you know what, man? I just got busy. I'm sorry. Things got busy at home and in my other business. And but I really liked what you guys have going on. I just have a couple of questions and then I think I'll get started. Okay, great. Fire away. What are your questions? So we get his questions answered. Says, you know what? I'm in. I see this thing. I see it big. This is a major opportunity. Nobody's doing it quite like you guys are doing it. I'm coming in with the travel and trade first class pack and I've got my circle. We're going to blow this thing up. As a matter of fact, T, you don't even need to worry about us. Go find somebody else. We're going to go ahead and rock this thing. Okay, cool, D. I'm glad you're part of the family. Welcome to the family. I know you said I don't need to worry about it, but I'm going to roll with you, right? I'm going to lock in with you and help you achieve everything you want to achieve. And he goes, yeah. And by the way, I've also done some research. I didn't tell you. I looked up your comp plan online and, you know, my goal is to go diamond in my first 2 to 6 months in the business. I have the network to do it. Great, fantastic. And I'm here to help you. All right, great. So I got Darren about to sign up. Okay. And, you know, this actually requires me to do the enrollments, right? So I get his information so that I can put him in the system, right? So I got Darren's information. Okay. But before I put him in the system, I'm going to call Javier because Javier saw a presentation too in the first 20 days of the month, right? And I'm like, hey, Javier, how you doing, bro? Oh, I'm good, man. Hey, Javier, I'm giving you a call because, you know, earlier this month, you had a chance to see what we're working on, my partners and I. And you told me that you liked it, but you didn't make a decision yet. I wanted to just follow up with you and see where you are. He goes, well, I really think I liked it, right? I said, great. And yeah, that's what you told me last time. But you know what? Here's the deal. I know you told me that you liked it, but I've got, you know, remember how I told you that, you know, we're building a structure called the dual team and where you have the opportunity to override other people. Well, I've got a gentleman who's getting started. He's an absolute rock star. He's built a massive business in another company. He's very, very influential in his community. He is a very serious businessman. And frankly, he's one of those people that you would, if you heard the term go-getter, he is the go-getter. He's going to, as a matter of fact, here's what he told me. His goal is to go to the top of our company in the next 2 to 6 months. I know he's going to build a massive team. Listen, if you can go ahead and make a decision to get started in first class, here's what I can do. I can make sure that he's positioned underneath you so that you benefit from all of the volume he creates. I mean, after all, where would you like to be? Below him or above him? Oh, I want to be above him. Okay, great. So we need to go ahead and get your first class pack done right now. Okay, cool. I'm ready. Okay, so I'm going to get Javier's information. So now I have 2. I had 1, but now I got 2. Y'all see that? I had 1. I just turned 1 into 2. But wait, there's more. Now I'm going to call David Romero. David, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? I'm good. Bro, listen. You saw a presentation about our project earlier in the month. You told me that you liked it. You told me that you think you want to do it, but you haven't made a decision yet. Today, bro, is decision time because guess what? I have 2 fired up rock stars that are both getting started. Both have a lot of influence. Both are ready to kill this thing and do big business. And I got a question for you. Would you like to be above them, or would you like to be below them? Would you like to benefit from what they do, or would you like them to benefit from what you do? Nah, T-Man, I want to be above them. Okay, great. You got to get started with a first class pack today if you're going to be above them. Okay, I need a few minutes to get my money together. I got to go check all my credit cards and all that kind of stuff. Okay, great, bro. You have an hour. Okay, look at the time. You have literally 60 minutes in order to make this decision. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go ahead and put them in without you. Okay, okay, great. But David's going to get in. I know he's going to do it, right? So now I got 3. Now I'm going to call Mary. I just turned 1 into 3. What does a rookie do? Sign up to 1. What does a pro do? Sign up to 3. But what does a super pro do? What does an icon do? Well, Holton taught us to keep calling. So now I'm gonna call Mary. Mary, what's happening, girl? How are you? You good? Awesome. Listen, you saw this thing. You told me you liked it. You didn't make a decision. Today is decision day because guess what, Mary? I've got 3 rock stars ready to go. They're ready to get started. They're giving me their information. All I need to do is put them in the system. These folks are go-getters. They're influential. They're serious. They've got big goals. Do you want to be above them or you want to be below them? Above them? Great. Well, you need to get started with your first class pack right now. Okay, great. Great, Mary. Cool. So now I got 4. Time to call Janice. Janice, what's happening, girl? You good? Okay, listen, I know you saw this and you said you liked it, but now is the time to get started because guess what? I've got 4 fired up folks, 3 guys and a rock star girl power lady ready to go. Big goals for the business. They're going to build big teams. I'm going to help them do it. But my question is, do you want to be above them and benefit from what they do and have it accelerate your earning ability? Or do you want to be below them and part of their income? No, I want to be above them. Okay, well, you got to get started at first class right now. When I can't do first class, well, listen, the only way that you're going to get to, it's the only way that's fair, because they're all doing first class, for me to put you above them is you have to do first class. You know what? I really want to do it, T, but I just can't. I can maybe do it next month. All I can do right now is coach. No problem. Okay, well, cool. Let's go ahead and get your coach application, but I can't put these folks underneath you. You do understand that, right? No problem. I'm going to put you in. I'm going to help you. Okay, no problem. So I get Janice's information, but she's going to go at the bottom. And now I'm going to call Pat. You guys get this? Who's getting it? Who's getting it? Carolyn, how do you put them all on top of each other? Remember, I'm getting their information. I'm going to enroll each one, right? Because if I let them enroll themselves, I can't control who goes in first. So now I'm going to get to collect their information. I'm going to sit down at my computer and I'm going to put them all in. You guys got that? All right. But now, even though Janice is going to go at the bottom, how many do I have? I just turned 1 into how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 now, right? Janice isn't even going to get the benefit of positioning, but she's in because I'm fired up. She could feel it. She's got feared loss, right? And then I go to Pat, same thing. Pat's like, man, put me in first class. Yvette's like, man, I can't do it. I can't do it. I gotta pass. I gotta wait. I've got no money. Okay, so no Yvette. Dr. Latrice, what you gonna do? She's like, I'm all in, travel and trade, baby. Put those people underneath me. Marlene, same thing. So instead of getting 1 enrollment, I just got 8. Instead of getting 1,000 points, I got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 250, 4,250, Pat, 1,000, 5,250, Dr. Latrice, 1,500. Sorry, let me go back. Darren did 1,500 too. Sorry, 1,500. So the numbers just changed. And Marlene did 1,000. So I got 1,550, 3,000, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. 3,000, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8,250 points. Took me an afternoon. Do you now understand why? Dr. Latrice always corrects me on my math. Dr. Latrice, I'm gonna go with your number because you're usually right. So every time I go back and I check, I'm like, man, she was right. But now can you see why in the goal zone you can do 3 to 4 times the volume of the rest of the month? If you've been doing massive exposure and massive follow-up, when do you decide to change legs? When you get a person that's going to sign up in the other leg, or you keep going in the same leg? I have to. I got to keep my word to these people. You better believe that when Marlene signs up, the first thing she's going to do is she's going to go on that dual team map, and she wants to see the people. She wants to see that I put 7 people underneath her, like I said I was. And you know what? Because Janice came in with coach and I needed to put her underneath Darren, I'm gonna call Darren after I put him in the system. I'm gonna say, hey man, congratulations, you're in, you're ready to rock and roll. Here's your login information. And guess what, bro? Did you feel it? By the way, guys, you need to learn to ask people, did you feel it? Put that in your notes. Bro, did you feel it? He's like, did I feel what? I'm like, bro, did you feel your business grow already? What you talking about? Bro, literally right after I put you in, I had another person to put in, so they're underneath you. And guess what? As I help them build their business, their volume will contribute to your volume in the dual team. What, T? Yeah, man, I'm fired up. Let me get to work. Because that's what did you feel it does to people. It fires them up. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I just put 8 people in the system. I'm gonna call everybody that I can, or text message everybody I can that's above Marlene. And they're all gonna get a text message. 4 words. Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Oh, it's so much fun. Doris, do you remember the first time I texted you? Did you feel it? I'm gonna tell you right now, Mark, I remember the first time Holton called me up and said, did you feel it? Right? Did you feel it? Did you feel what? Did you feel your business grow last night? What you talking about? We just put 8 people underneath you. What? Yes, 8. When are you gonna get off your ass and get to work? Oh my God, what do I need to do to turn that into money? I thought you would never ask. I thought you would never ask. Let's get you going, because right now that's just 8 people underneath you. If you want to turn it into money, right? That's 9,000 more points that you just got. If you want to turn that into money, we got to get you going. You're not dual team qualified yet. It starts with helping you get your first 2. Or you are dual team qualified, great. We need to get some business going on your other side so you can get a check out of that. Massive volume. This is how you drive massive volume. This is why when we do the comp plan and we show you that the unilevel is a Rolls Royce, this is why we show you that the dual team is a Lamborghini. Because with the power of positioning and FOMO, you can drive volume fast. Danny, not did you feel it? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? That's right. Did you feel it? All right. So that's how you depth charge. And even after the depth charge is up, you don't stop there. Go up the above and ask the people above, did you feel it? Let's see what we can get them to do. It's 7 days left in the month. If you put 5 people underneath somebody today, do you think that you can help that person enroll 2 more people? The person that just is the beneficiary of all of that. Do you think you can help that person enroll 2 more people before the month is over? This is why you need to have your group drawn out so you can see who's where. We're going to teach you that on another one. Mark and I were playing with the idea of showing you how to draw your group this week. It would be too much, but we'll show you another time. How many of you want to know how to draw your group out? Anybody want to know how to draw your group out? All right, cool. Well, we'll do it on another training. We'll take that under advisement and we'll show you on another day. But in the meantime, do you guys understand how to depth charge? Do you understand how to turn one application, one enrollment into multiples? You guys got that? Awesome. We can go to the next slide.
Excellent. I hope you guys are taking notes. Now, I know that your teams are not on here. I recommend you take notes and you run through this whole training today. Get people on a Zoom this week, today, tomorrow, whenever, and let them know you're going to be doing, coach them on this, coach them on the gold zone. Yeah.
Janice is so funny. Janice is like, why'd you put me at coach? I'm a first class kind of girl. Love you, Janice. It was just an example. Sorry, my love. But, you know, Mark is talking about, Mark is on target. This is why we need to help you draw out your team. This is why we need to help you draw out your team, because when you know where people are and you know who's on their team, now you can start to really help people to hit their monthly goals. But if you think about it, let's talk to the leaders for a second, Mark. Leaders, how do you even know what your team's monthly goals are? And here's a clue. Here's a clue. There was something in my journal that I shared that I kept coming across, and I mentioned it. And Mark and I dialogued about it a little bit. There was something in my journal that is the reason that I would know, or that Mark would know, who on their team, what their desired monthly rank advancement was going to be for the month. Brittany's on it. Yvette's on it. Lori's on it. And Tanya got the right name. Game plans. Game plans, right? So game plan is a beginning of the month activity that leaders do with their team members to know what the goal is for the month for each team member. Okay, that's why we do the game plans, because now here you are all month long, you're coaching those people on what to do to hit their goals, you're monitoring their progress, but in the last 10 days, it's time to go ahead and knock it out. In the last 10 days, it's time to go ahead and get it done. The last 10 days, it's, okay, Tanya, you said you wanted to go Sapphire this month. You need 15,000 points for Sapphire. Right now, you're at 10,000. We need 5,000 points more. Now it's time to lock down and focus and get those remaining 5,000 points. All right. Same thing like Desi and Marianne were doing. They came to the office just before Accelerate Conquer, and they had Umaima and Henriette. And both of those ladies were pushing for a goal. And Desi and Marianne, Black Diamond Desi and Diamond Marianne, were helping them achieve their desired goal. Those ladies were making calls. They were putting people on presentations. They were doing the follow-up calls, handing the phone to Marianne, handing the phone to Desi to do three-way calls to help them close it out. And I applaud them for doing it the right way. They didn't pull out their credit card and buy it. They found people, they exposed more people. And those people enrolled in the business. That's how they got the 1,000 points. That's how they got the 1,500 points. Okay. So this is now in the goal zone. This is where you help people finish their rank advancement goal. Okay. So you want to create a culture. Leaders, I'm talking to all the leaders. You want to create a culture in your team where every month, people have goals. And every month you're helping people get to their desired goal. Every month, we should be able to call you and say, who are you helping this month? Who are you helping? Because by the way, Mark, isn't that what Mark Holton would ask us when we sat down for our game plan as leaders?
Yes.
Right? When you were a bronze, when you were a silver, right? Before you went gold, which is the equivalent of diamond here. And you sat down for your game plan with Holton. He wanted to see your group drawn out, and he wanted to know who is pressing for what. Who are you helping to go bronze and silver this month? And we had senior director too, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Senior director, bronze and silver. So leaders, not only should you have your own goal, but your goal, you should have your people's goals that you're tracking each month. And now here we are in the last 10 days of the month. It's time to get it. Time to get it done. All right.
Yes, sir.
What else you got, Mark?
That's it. Yeah. So, but here's the thing. I know that there are people that are not on this call that are on your team. I hope you guys are helping them. And every month at the beginning of the month, we set up the game plans. Okay. So it was us and our personally sponsored. And then what I'd do is I'd sit down with my personally sponsored with their personally sponsored. And I would support them in getting their game plan put together. And then I would do check-ins every day on how they're doing. How are you doing? How far away are you from your goal? And then what I do is help them achieve that goal. And I just check in with them every single time, every day. Yep.
I mean, because just think of it. All of their goals are a subset of your goal.
Yeah.
Your people's goals are a subset of your goal. If you help someone go Sapphire, how much volume does that contribute to your goal? Team? I got one. If you help someone go Sapphire, how much volume does that contribute toward your goal? I got one. Right. Okay, there you go. 15,000. All right. Now, some of you guys are trying to calculate the leg balance. It depends on which goal you're doing, right? If your goal is diamond, you can use all 15,000. Right. So remember, the leg balance is going to change based on what goal you're hitting, but that's 15,000 points toward what you're trying to achieve. So it's helpful. It's a key activity for you to help other people succeed, because we all succeed together. Does that make sense? All right. So let's see what this next slide says. Do we have another one?
Yeah.
Okay. We've been talking. So now let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys understand what Mark and I taught you today? Do you understand why this statement is true? 3 to 4 times the volume. Imagine you got your team together and you asked everybody to make a list of everybody they exposed during the first 20 days of the month that has not made a decision yet. And now we go follow it with all those people. And when one says they're going to sign up, we're going to depth charge them. We're going to now turn one into many. Right? My personal record, it's not the record, but my personal record is turning 1 into 25.
Wow.
I turned 1 into 25. Right. And by the way, I need to say this because I've seen people do the wrong thing here. You cannot hold anybody up for more than 24 hours. So if Darren tells me that he's ready to go and it's Friday, it's 3 p.m., the most time that I can take is Saturday at 2:59. It's not fair to him. Okay. I got to do the right thing by Darren. Okay. So he said he was ready to go. I got to get him in the system. So that's why I need to hurry up and do this. And frankly, to tell you the truth, I usually would never go 24 hours. I might go 5 or 6 hours most. Okay. So this is, I hope you guys are getting this.
Yeah. Well, I think that everybody could get through their list in 5 to 6 hours. I mean, it's just back-to-back calls.
Yeah.
Back-to-back texts.
Absolutely.
We didn't have that.
Yeah.
All we had were phones.
And by the way, guys, it's not hype. It's not hype. Here's the reality. The reality is, if you had any of these diamonds underneath you in the dual team, you would have a lot more volume on one side of your dual team. That's just a reality. The way the dual team works, the spillover volume can help you get paid easier. It doesn't work in the unilevel, but it does work in the dual team. Okay. Peg Mosier has a great question for you, Mark. Were you up for 24 hours in a row? And I'm going to add to that. Were you ever up for 24 hours in a row
Never.
during the goal zone?
Never.
Yes, you were. Closing the month?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that last week of the month. Remember
Well, she was saying, were you up 24 hours depth charging?
No. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
once or twice here.
Yeah, but for sure. Yeah, dude. I was up, I mean, sometimes 2 days straight.
That's right. We had a name for it. We called it the NSZ.
Yes, the no sleep zone.
Yeah, baby, nostalgia.
Oh my
You remember the no
God.
sleep zone?
That was crazy.
Oh my God. And you know what? The no sleep zone typically happened when you built an international organization too.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, but
Like
you know,
I had people in Nigeria. Oh my God. End of the month, no sleep zone.
yeah. Yeah, but in the middle of the night, 2 a.m, you're not calling anybody. You're not calling unless you have an international business.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I did have some crazies that did call some people at 2 a.m.
Oh shit.
What are you calling me at 2 a.m. for? It's that important. If I'm calling you at 2 a.m, it must be that important.
Wow.
Oh God. Craziness, nostalgia, the good old days. All right. What else we got? All right. That brings us to the end. And we're going to say the same thing that we've been saying since Accelerate and even before that. The real winners today are going to be the ones who are the fastest to apply what they learned once they learn the right way to do it. Maybe you didn't know how to do the goal zone before today. Maybe you didn't know how to make a list of who to follow up with. Maybe you didn't know how to depth charge. Maybe you didn't know how to do a new ambassador orientation with the power of the pay plan training before today. But now you know. So what are you going to do? Right? The real winners are going to be the fastest ones to do this. The fastest ones to do it. Any closing comments, Mark?
Again, guys, I implore you, with the folks that are not on this call, you took notes. You need to get them on a Zoom. You need to talk to them and get this training through your group.
Yep.
That's it.
Absolutely. They need to do it. They need to do it. All right, bro. I would say that's it.
Yes, it's recorded.
Yeah.
So once this call ends, Facebook uploads it and it is recorded.
There you go. There you have it. All right. So time for our little picture.
Oh yeah.
That's my Zoom. Time for us to do a little, here we go. All right, folks, we're gonna do our weekly screenshot. Here we go. All right, there we go, everybody. Hopefully you got that. We love you guys. It's the goal zone. Time to get on the business, get focused on those IPAs.